Well, hey, life groups, I hope you're in for some good God-centered conversation today when you gather. And we're just in a great series right now. I mean, I think every series is great, but Legacy really is giving us some food for thought, right? I mean, we're thinking about our life. We're thinking about the journey of life, not just what happens when we pass on, but what are we doing with the here and now? Do you remember that we reviewed what it was to waste time? That statistics tell us that as human beings, that the average great British person will spend over 22 years of their life online, like, on social media or searching stuff. And so we've got to be mindful, right, that life is short. We waste so much time, and when time has been and gone, we can't ever get that back again. There is no big pause button for our life. So what we do in the here and now matters. So be sure that what you do in your time is feeding you and edifying you and encouraging you. And maybe that means you've got to unfollow a few things or stop watching a few things. So we talked about being intentional with our life. We talked about how Moses in Psalm 90, he says to God, teach me how to number my days so that I can be wise, right? He was asking God, show me the brevity of my life so that I can make wise choices, because the choices that you make today affect how you're going to live tomorrow. But the choices that you make today also determine where you will spend eternity, because one day when this body has gone, we will go on to be in eternity somewhere. So we have to be aware of all of these things and not be time wasters. Do you remember how I talked about the geese that fly south because the animals, they operate under a genetic code or this thing called instinct, and they do what they do because they can't help themselves. They're wired that way. But you and I, we were given choice. We were given choice to make some changes. We have the gift to be able to choose how our life maps out. We couldn't help the start we had in life. You can't help who you've been born to or what your beginning was like. But the who you are now and the who you are becoming is all up to you. That is your character. And we are to form and hone and shape our character in such a way that it's pleasing to God, because character is who God knows you to really be. And He's given you that responsibility. And we can't blame culture. We can't blame the work environment. We can't blame the people around us. It's down to us. And so I encourage you to say, if you don't like your life and you don't like who you're becoming, you can change it. You can choose to make the change. But I also just wanted to encourage you and to remind you as well that, you know what? Life is not a dress rehearsal. You get one shot at it. And so we're encouraged to run our race well, because time doesn't go on forever, right? Time is short. And we did that exercise with Josh and the tape measure, and we saw that time on earth is short. But God put dreams and plans in your heart, something for you to do in your lifetime. And though you have dreams and ambitions, and though God purposed you and had expectation with you, there is an expiry date on your life. And just because God put dreams and visions in you doesn't mean you'll get to live it if we keep wasting the time that we have. Remember what the time wasters were. The time wasters were living with regrets, looking backwards instead of looking forwards, pursuing wrong relationships, choosing to stay in a mood or angry towards somebody for a long period of time. These are all time wasters, being caught up on the opinions of what others think about me. They are time wasters, and time is short. And here's the thing, God would not have given you a plan and a purpose if He hadn't given you the time to be able to achieve the dreams that are in your heart. But often people get to the end of their life not having done all that they wanted to do in life. Why? Because they spent so much of their time wasting the time. We don't want you to get to the end of your days having not fulfilled all that you were desired and destined to do. So think about it. Think about there's 168 hours between now and next Sunday. What are you doing with your life this week? What choices are you making? How are you loving and serving on others? What legacy is going to be left behind when you are gone? Have a great night, people.